I do, Mick Poltony again, Colligate, West Mids. As you know, I like my composting. This is an update on what I've been doing. I'm still chairman of Colligate Gardening Club, still run trading sheds. I buy bulk, meaning we can flog it cheaper and flog more. Something that we don't last us long. Reference to clover compost down here. I've tried all the compost. Clover's a good name and it's a good compost, and I buy that by the. In fact, the last lot we had 3 pallet loads. We flog them at 5 a bag. We're still making 50p a bag, but they went in no time. Meaning people were not running out. In fact, our supplier he ran out as well, because the weather we're having, and everybody's buying bedding plants and potting on everything, and there was a bit of a shortage. But it's going to prove to you that you don't need compost. I've got 1 bag there, and that lasts me yonks, because I've got my bin, which you can see out there. It's make my own compost. But this is just to prove to you, all you need is natural ingredients to make your own compost up. You ain't even got to go through the bin, which we'll show you now. All these lot, my ingredients, they're all under here, but for easy access I bought them all up top. So we will go through them. The first one is topsoil. If you can get it, molehills is the best topsoil you can get. 1 pinch and there's millions of good bacteria and little chaps in there, minerals. The next best thing, you've got to have manure in your heap. Whatever manure you can get. I like using any manure I can get. There's about several ones I've got here. There's something in one manure that isn't in another manure. The more you can get, the better. And as you notice, all these, they're all dry, meaning they're going to stay like they are. If they was wet, like them 2 which are out there, they're spent tops and it's still a bit wet. So all I'm doing is turning it and drying it in the sun. When it is dry, then it'll come back in here. So it's easier to use. So this manure here, this is goat muck. As you can see, it's been used with a straw as a bedding, but that was dried and put through the shredder. Another manure, this is up Offmore Lane, this is Osmuck. As you can see, there's the nuggets. These are better than what you get at McDonald's, but all I do is rub these out by hand. Look at that beautiful stuff. Help the breakdown process. And I thought this was a chopped straw looking at it, but I think it's shavings, wood shavings, which is it's still okay as a bedding because it's a natural product. So that's another one. So if I'm using that, all these I'd break up. So them nuggets I'd break up before it went in my bin. This one is worm cast. I used to get this by the ton for our trading sheds. Then I lost my contact. But and it was only me doing the work. But anything you need and you ain't got like that, I'll get it off eBay or Amazon. Just go on, just put worm cast near me and it'll give you your nearest supplier. There's and a few nurseries now flogging it and it'll come up. Other than that, just try it on eBay or Amazon. See which is the cheapest one. So that's where I had my last one from. Another good one, leaf mould. Another natural freebie. Use it. It's beautiful stuff. Any lumps like this, don't forget I want my compost ready to use within a month in my bin. So anything like that gets thrown outside on me as a mulch. This one is wood chip. As you can see, it's good wood chip, meaning small lumps. If there's any big lumps, then I'll throw them out there as well. Another natural product. Seaweed. Go get seaweed round here. We've got another Navy reunion. That's a bonus if you get a leaf feather in. We got another reunion down Pompey mid-July, so I'll be getting another dollop from there. But anywhere we go and they got seaweed, I'll bring that back home as well. Different seaweeds got different minerals, trace elements in them. I'll bring that home, dry it out outside, gets to that, and then that will go through the shredder twice and come out like that. Beautiful stuff. The smaller the ingredient, the quicker the breakdown, basically. That's another muck, another manure. This is another one. You can tell that one, that's alpaca muck or llama. We've got an alpaca herder near us. £1 a full bag. You can just pick the bag up. It's free if you collect it yourself. But the good thing about this, because it bags it up, then it keeps it under dry in the shed, meaning you can put that straight on the passenger seat. It's clean, there ain't no weight in it. That's another muck. What was this? There's that many mucks, I forget which ones I am. But that's a good brew and all. This one is sand. Any beach I go to and all, I borrow a bit of sand, and that's been mixed, as you can see in there, with spent tea leaves which are dried, plus spent coffee grounds. Both good activators for the compost. So when I have a double handful of everything, that goes in as well. This one I did about an hour ago. This is me, say if you spent peat, say if you have grow bags in the end of the greenhouse, you have a couple of chilies, peppers, whatever. This is a spent peat from last year. Plus, this is what I did earlier. These had me overwintering flowers in. Plus there's tulips in there. So that's finished with. So I've took all the good stuff out of there. I've took all the crap out. And that's the remains of that. So I'm using that again. I've down little. This is halfway down here. There's loads of these in all the raised beds. You'll see later on. Monkey nuts. I've down little. I should have said the gaffer to get him to stop flogging these to squirrels, because I'm burying them in my bloody raised beds and my pots. So spent peat or spent Torbig greeners. That's a good one, Mel. This is a new one for me. A new mate I got hold of. He's a good lad. Plus I can get my eggs off him and all. Because he got a chicken coop. And every time he was going into his coop, every week or so, he'd have to stoop a bit because the crap was building up. And he had to stoop. So he put it on Facebook, on the local one. He said any gardeners want some free muck. And it's beautiful stuff. I was flogging this down our trading sheds, 50p a bag. About this side. But I'll rub that out by hand as well. So I can just sprinkle that on. But it's a couple of year old, so there's no strength in it, but it's beautiful. That's the spent tops, which I'm drying outside. Them are rubbed out as well from the brewery. Just Google breweries near me if you don't know them. But it's surprising how many small independent breweries there are, and they have to get rid of their malt and spent tops as well. Years ago, they used to pay somebody to get rid of it, but now they've all had me talks or people know about it. It's a good one. And all my fruit trees are top dressed with spent tops, 12 months of the year. This is if I'm using in there. You can still use it, but that's my carbon input. Egg boxes, loo rolls, nothing coloured, nothing glossy, plus shredded paperback books. Porridge oats, worms love it. This is eggshells, washed, dried, microwaved, meaning they will then crush and break up better. And obviously they're put through the blender to get them like that. Rock dust, superb stuff. Look at that, smaller granule. It used to be like that. I used to get this by the ton. I've had it for the ton from our training sheds for bloody hell, 20 odd year. It used to be 8mm, it is now 4mm, meaning, and I flog that on my talks. It's Jennifer Brody from Aberdeenshire, Scotland. So I flog it down the shed, quid a kilo, because I can buy it bulk on flog chip. Plus if I do my talks, I'll give them one of them to go with a raffle, donate a raffle prizes. I usually donate about 5, but that gives them all the instructions on the back. But it's superb stuff. Progrow, Jennifer now works for. But because it's a smaller ingredient going in, you can use it indoors as well on house plants. But there's trace elements and minerals from the centre of the earth which we ain't got up here because it's volcanic rock dust. Love it. Superb stuff. I did a talk a couple of weeks ago down at Hereford, and I met my mate come and see us, and he bought me the seaweed, which I can't get up here. Another one we can't get up here, well I can't, is sheep muck, and he bought me this bag as well. So I've dried that out like them now, and then we'll go through the shredder when I got time in the garage twice to get it in that form. No, that's it. That one, meaning is smaller. That's them two. Right, growing medium for anything. 2 new ones. I forgot. This is another one I got a contact for rabbit muck as well, and he uses shredded chopped straw. You see the rabbit muck in there. So that's another good one. And this one, but it's very good. This is wood burner ash. If you know the wood hasn't been treated, then that's a good one as well. So a double handful of everything. Goes, this is what I made earlier. Goes into there and it's mixed up. So you've mixed it, all small ingredients, except that odd little chap. So it's going to break down quick. That's if you're throwing it in your compost bin. If you're not, then you can still use that as a growing medium from now. It hasn't got to go in the bin, because you've got the main ones. You've got your topsoil in there, and you've got manures, and there's loads of feeds in there. Because they're all natural products, you're working with nature. And just go and show you that side. More in here, all my canners, these are started off from seed. I get the seed from my mate in Canada, Sylvain. If you start from seed, you get flowers the first year. These will be going to be potted on very soon. Yeah, white roots going around the bottom, telling me they need potting on. When I've got time I'll do that. But that's using this compost. Because the compost that is in the bin, we're going to have a quick perv. I use this compost because I've only got one bin now. I used to have 6 down the plot, because I've only got one. I use it in the raised bed. I ain't had a look in here for a week. We've been away on holiday. So my carpets, I've got to keep these moist as well. These are drying out. Get worms in between that. And this is an old towel, as you can see. I borrowed that. Worms in between them two as well. There's my extra worms. And there's my babbies at work. So I'm still going through the grub. There's my old bath towel that was in. I'll go through that as well, eat that. So that's tough. If I wanted to use that, there's still big lumps in there, meaning it's still breaking down, but I'll just take the worms out. Or better still, because they're still breaking down. I'll just take it out the bottom. In fact, if I go and get the tray. Yeah, tape on the top. So that lot which we've just mixed up there, you can use this as a growing medium straight away, and that's what I've done with the pots down the bottom, all the canners. So you don't have to have a bin, just have the natural products. A couple that I ain't got at the moment. Spent mushroom compost. I used to have a contact for that and all. I've lost him down Evesham. So I'll get that off eBay or Amazon, the cheapest one. Bracken, I'll chop that up as well when that's dried. All I've got hold of you. Shrewsbury shower's finished. This year I've probably lost 7 or 8 gardening clubs folded because there's nobody to take over the committee, the old ones, because we ain't got no up and coming gardeners through gardening not being on the school's national curriculum. You sorted up Casnell School where the missus worked along with cooking. Cooking lasted about 3 months, health and safety stopped it. Gardening only took place because I did it voluntary. But we've lost 2 generations of gardeners. Shrewsbury show has folded. Luckily, Rutland Flower Show, that's a new one for this year. It's in between Oakham and Peterborough. It's near Leicester. I rang the gaffer up when I first heard about it, and the show's from August the 15th to the 17th. And on the Saturday and Sunday, he's letting me talk on a morning for an hour, and on the afternoon for an hour. So if anybody is up or can get to the show. Adults, it's 12 quid to get in, OAP is tenner, kids go free. But it should be a good one. It's a proper big show, they've got everything. I will be covering compost, making compost tea, raised beds, no dig, mycorrhizal fungi, soil, food web, working with nature, plus anything else I can get in the hour. But if you can make it, come and say I do. It books 12 quid on Amazon, or I'll be flogging it at when I do my talk. But it's got everything in there. I don't waffle, so that will tell you how to get your compost ready to use as a growing medium within a month. What else is there? Just going to have a quick perv out here. So that lot will probably come out 2 days time at the bottom. There might be a few worms, and don't forget, when I had the grub on the top, which is a chopped kitchen and garden waste, that is their food. And the worms are still happy in there because you can see them on top. As well as a carpet lid on, keep the moisture in. But they're waiting for food. So really at the bottom they should have all gone up top. So I ain't got all those for the raised bed anyway. Worms in there. As you can see here, I put the bedding out on the front yesterday, trailing. But this is still going to be lifted. So over winter, with a raised bed or a pot, tub, anything like that, a border, they would drop every year through compaction of our mate upstairs, rain. The compaction drops them, you're going to top dress. So on that edge, it's near enough level to the top. So I've got to top dress these. So that'll be what's coming out of the compost bin. That's why I don't like using too much inside for my plants, because I'm going to run out. But I've been trialling just using that lot as a growing medium, and it works, because all these have been grown in it. That's last year's crap I got to get out. Fig, fruit trees, whatever, and all me raised tubs down the bottom. They've all had this mixing without going in the bin. But it works, just top dress it. So once these are dried, she's drying on the top, all I'm going to do is lift the moist spent up to the top and let our mate dry it. Tunnel, whatever size tunnel greenhouse you've got to have ventilation. So I've got netting all the way around the bottom, sides, front and back. Got a solar fan on it, but it still gets warm in there. I've got a chopping back and all. Got a peach, but all soft fruit. In the end, there's a giant Cape gooseberry. He'll get trained right across the top. There's 2 grapevines at the end. They've just started going up, but we're getting there slowly. Now we're getting the weather, decent weather. But that door's on as well for vent. All raised beds, you've got to think when you get old, less bending. I can work from waist high. Kiwi fruit, that's a new fruit for me. Anything new that comes out, because of cross pollination, they can get them to grow in our country. But I look for fruit that's ripe for our show for Saturday in September, and that one is. That's why I get them. These are all the cannons I split from starting off again over winter. Couple off me mate. Them in. Another 2 there off me mate. Australian Grande, them a different canner. Tropicana, one of the best ones out. But these need potting on as well. And watering again. Thing is with this weather, need muddy watering every night. Fruit trees at the back, they're doing well. Blossom equals fruit. I usually prune when I see the fruit, because you then thin out to what you want. So all your natural ingredients, get what you can. If you can't get it off eBay or the other, Amazon. But it does work. Even your own compost. When I do my talks, first one says, right, it's a gardening club. You should be composting. How many have tried your own compost as a growing medium? And there ain't many that say yes. Until I finish my talk, and then have a go, but they'll have a shock. Because you're halfway there. In the road up, that's about it. Hope you have learned something. So you don't need to fork out. I mean, this stuff is a place down near us, £9.5 a bag. And the peat-free compost that's coming out, the Tamus Cop. The only good ones are the expensive ones, and the normal gardener ain't going to afford it. So just make your own brew, try it. Any questions, just ask when it goes on YouTube. That's about it, I think, people. Ta-ra a bit. Cheers.